Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple curry dish. That's meat curry with potatoes. Delicious to eat and very easy to make with very few ingredients. Alright, so let's get started. So first what I'm going to do is in my blender, I'm going to take 3 medium-sized onions and going to make them into a nice onion paste. Alright, next I'm going to heat up my pot and add 3 teaspoons of oil. That's about 1, 2, 3. As of now, I'm just going to add 3 teaspoons of oil and heat that up. Now to this oil, I'm going to add the onion paste. And I'm going to cook the onion paste until it is slightly brown, golden brown, and water almost has evaporated. Okay. So I'm going to empty up all the onions from our blender. Okay, and to this onion I'm also going to add ginger garlic paste. I'm going to be using 1 big tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Mix all the 3 pastes together and I'm going to allow it to cook and brown. You see, once the water is evaporated and the onion paste is nice and thick. As you can see now, the onions have nicely browned. Look how brown and nicely fried it is. All the white water has evaporated and it's nicely cooked as well, the ginger garlic and the onion paste. Now the next ingredient that I'm going to add to this is going to be bay leaves. I'm going to use about 4 to 5 bay leaves. Okay, so here goes the bay leaves, and I'm going to fry this with the onion and ginger garlic paste. So I'll allow it to fry it for a while and add my next ingredient. Alright, next I'm going to add is coriander powder. I'm going to add about 4 teaspoons of coriander powder. Alright, if you see, the coriander powder quantity is a little bit more because the coriander powder gives you a lovely taste to this gravy, and it is one of the most delicious and fragrant spice that you can use in your gravies. Alright, and if you use more quantity, it does not matter as well. Alright, next I'm going to add is asafoetida, about half a teaspoon of asafoetida. To this again I'm going to add now is chili powder. Now the chili powder I'm using is Kashmiri chili powder, which is non-spicy and gives you a nice red color. So I'm going to use again 2.5 teaspoons of red Kashmiri chili powder. Next I'm going to add is turmeric, about 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, which will give you a nice orange color to your gravy. Alright, so let's get started, and last will be cumin powder, about 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. Okay, so all my powdered spices are in there. Let's mix it properly. Alright, let's add a little water so that everything mixes well and fries with the oil that is in it. At this stage, if you want, you can add a little bit more oil, but I am not going to do that because I want my gravy to be non-greasy. If you like oil floating up your gravy, you can add more oil to it and do so. So whatever oil is in it, as you can see, the little oil that is in it as well, I'm using that to fry the spices, powdered spices, and a lovely paste is in my cooker now. Alright, now the next ingredient that I'm going to add is going to be tomato puree. I've taken a couple of tomatoes and pureed them in my mixer. I'm going to add that now. So I'm using about 3 medium-sized tomatoes, and I've roughly pureed them in my blender. Not a very fine paste, but coarsely fine. I've coarsely ground the paste. And I'm going to add this to my powdered spices and the rest of the ingredients, and make sure that my spice mix or the spice paste that I'm using to make the gravy is nicely cooked. As you can see now, I've added the tomato paste as well, and look how bright and red the gravy is going to be. Looks very appetizing and delicious. So I'm going to allow this tomatoes as well to cook for a while, roughly around 2 to 3 minutes, so that it blends along with the other spices and creates one complete paste that I can use to make my meat gravy. So once this is done, I'm then going to add my meat, and I'm going to nicely brown the meat along with the spice mix. Okay, so I'm going to keep this now to cook for another 2 or 3 minutes and get back to you. As you can see, it's been frying for a while. Now the last ingredient I'm going to add is going to be 2 teaspoons of meat masala or meat spice that is readily available in Asian grocery stores. This is going to be a lovely blend. Instead of using garam masala, I'm going to be using the meat spice or the meat masala. I'm going to let this also fry for a while along with my other paste. Next, what I've done is I've added my meat. I'm taking around a kilo of meat. I'm going to allow my meat to cook in my spice paste for a while, okay, before I add water to it. Alright, so now this paste is going to be cooking with my meat for about 5 to 10 minutes until the meat leaves all the water and it becomes slightly brown. Have a look now. See how the meat has left all the water out and it's become nice and thick and it's slightly browned as well. Okay, so now at this stage what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my potatoes. I've cut my potatoes in 4s. I've taken 3 large potatoes. Put my salt and pepper as well, and next I'm going to add is water. Usually for potato gravy, it is best to eat with a little bit more gravy and a slightly thinner gravy. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. To get it to the right consistency that I want, so that I can eat this with my rice. So generally whenever you make potato gravies along with meat, the gravy consistency is not very thick. It's going to be a slightly thin. So at the moment it is still very thin, not this. I don't want it this thin, but as and when the gravy cooks, the water evaporates, I will get it to the right consistency and show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Now I'm going to put this back cover this up now. And let it cook. Alright. I'm going to let this cook now for the next 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. And it's going to be fine because it's going to be pressure cooked and it'll cook faster. So I'll get back to you in the next 10 to 15 minutes once the gravy is cooked. So here you go. The curry is ready. I've just garnished it with a little bit of cilantro. Okay, and you can see how this is the consistency that I was looking for in my gravy. If you like this recipe, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and also make sure that you click on the like button and like the recipe and share it with your friends and family. Also make sure that you do not forget the bell icon to get further notification about my next recipe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will try this at home and enjoy it. Thank you. Goodbye.